In the quiet village of Umuokoro, where red earth paths wound through thick palm groves and moonlight often guided evening tales, lived a boy named Chukwudi. His name meant, "There is God," but for many years it seemed as though the world had conspired against him. Chukwudi was born into poverty so deep that his mother tied wrappers together to patch holes in their leaking roof, while his father, a palm wine tapper, struggled to bring home enough to feed them. Other children mocked him for wearing torn clothes and coming to school barefoot. Some villagers whispered that his family was cursed, others scorned him openly, calling him Ogbonna Nwa, the poor child. At the village square, where boys his age gathered to play football, Chukwudi was often pushed aside. "Go and fetch water for us, poor boy," they jeered. Even at school, his brilliance was ignored, as the community believed poverty swallowed talent. Yet, Chukwudi held on to something that no ridicule could take from him: an unyielding dream. Each evening, under the dim light of a kerosene lamp, he read old textbooks given to him by a sympathetic teacher, promising himself that one day, the same people who mocked him would sing his praises. The turning point came when a scholarship program, sponsored by an Igbo businessman abroad, reached Umuokoro. Though many doubted, Chukwudi applied. He wrote his essay with passion, weaving his struggles and his vision of building businesses that would lift his people out of poverty. Weeks later, when his name was announced as the only scholarship winner in the entire village, the same voices that once scorned him fell silent. Years passed. Chukwudi studied engineering in Lagos, working menial jobs to support himself beyond the scholarship. His brilliance soon caught attention, and he ventured into renewable energy solutions, creating affordable solar kits for rural areas. What began as a small project soon grew into a company that expanded across Nigeria and later, into other African countries. When Chukwudi returned to Umuokoro, it was no longer as the barefoot boy mocked at the village square. He came back in convoys, not to boast, but to rebuild. He renovated the dilapidated school, established a scholarship fund for indigent children, and created jobs for youths in his company. At the village festival, the elders, once indifferent, offered him the Ozo title, honoring him as a son who turned shame into pride. As the talking drums echoed that night, Chukwudi stood tall, his white Isiagu glistening under the moonlight. He looked around at the same society that had once abused him, now chanting his name in respect. Smiling, he whispered to himself, "Indeed, there is God."